Good evening. Welcome again to our 99th day of our evening readings of Aurobindo Savitri. We are in Canto 4, The Kingdoms of the Little Life. In Book 2, the Book of the Traveller of the Worlds. We have reached verses between 540 to 550. In the deep midst of an insentient world, its huddled waves and foam of consciousness ran, pressing and eddying through a narrow strait, carrying experience in its crowded pace. It flowed emerging into upper light from the deep pool of its subliminal birth to reach some high existence still unknown. There was no thinking self, aim there was none. All was unorganized stress and seekings vague. Only to the unstable surface rose sensations, stabs and edges of desire, and passion's leaps and brief emotions' cries. A casual colloquy of flesh with flesh, a murmur of heart to longing wordless heart, glimmerings of knowledge with no shape of thought, and jets of subconscious will or hunger's pulse. All was dim sparkle on a foaming top. It whirled around the drifting shadow's self, on an inconscient flood of force in time. Then came the pressure of a seeing power that drew all into a dancing turbid mass, circling around a single luminous point, center of reference in a conscious field, figure of a unitary light within. It lit the impulse of the half-sentient flood. Even an illusion gave of fixity, as if a sea could serve as a firm soil. That strange observing power imposed its sight. It forced on flux a limit and a shape. It gave its stream a lower narrow bank, drew lines to snare the spirit's formlessness. It fashioned the life mind of bird and beast, the answer of the reptile and the fish, the primitive pattern of the thoughts of man, a finite movement of the infinite, came winging its way through a wide air of time. A march of knowledge moved in a science, and guarded in the form a separate soul. Its right to be immortal it reserved, but built a wall against the siege of death, and threw a hook to clutch eternity. A thinking entity appeared in space. A little ordered world broke into view, where being had present room for act and sight, a floor to walk, a clear but scanty range. An instrument personality was born, and a restricted clamped intelligence, consented to confine in narrow bounds. Its seeking, it tied the thought to visible things, prohibiting the adventure of the unseen, and the soul strayed through unknown infinities. A reflex reason, nature habits glass, illumine life to know and fix its field. Accept a dangerous ignorant brevity, and the inconclusive purpose of its walk, and profit by the harsh precarious chance in the allotted boundaries of its fate. a little joy and knowledge satisfied. This little being tied into a knot and hung on a bulge of its environment, a little curve cut off in measureless space, a little span of life in all vast time. A reflex reason. Nature habits glass. Illumine life to know and fix its field. Accept a dangerous ignorant brevity and the inconclusive purpose of its work. And profit by the harsh, precarious chance in the allotted boundaries of its fate. A little joy and knowledge satisfied. This little being tied into a knot and hung on a bulge of its environment, a little curve cut off in measureless space, a little span of life in all vast time. A little span of life in all vast time. Thank you for staying with us. We will be having our 100th day of our recitations tomorrow. Hope you'll be there.